Hi, this is Jeff Ream, school counselor at North Tahoe High School. I'm here recording a quick video for you as a 10th grade student or a 10th grade family to introduce you to a meeting that we're all going to be having called an ILP, or Individual Learning Plan. What this meeting is a meeting with the student and a parent or guardian, and it lasts about 45 minutes. So we're going to talk about your experience through high school so far, some of your progress that you've made. Also talk about what we're going to be doing for the remainder of our high school career. We'll be setting up the remainder of our 4-year plan, so looking at what classes we're going to be taking in our junior and senior year, setting a few goals that we might want to be reaching for in those last 2 years of high school, as well as talking about post-secondary options, so college, 4-year, 2-year, trade schools, straight to work, gap years, whatever you might be looking at doing after high school. However, there are a few things that you do need to know about your individual learning plan meeting. First of all, it takes about 45 minutes. Okay, the second thing is that we do require it for all 10th graders and a parent. Okay, so it is something that we will be starting looking at doing in about January, and we also will be having parents come in and set up appointments. I'm going to quickly show you how to set up your ILP appointment with me. One thing before we do that, though, I want to mention, if you're a student that's watching this, that your parent might need translation for your individual learning plan meeting. Perhaps they don't speak English. We do have a different process for requesting an individual learning plan meeting with me if you do need translation. We have some specific days set aside for our Spanish-speaking families where we have translators here ready to work with us together during that meeting. So I'll cover that at the end, as well as in the information down below about how to set up that appointment if you do need translation. However, if you do speak English, there is a simple way to actually set up your ILP meeting. And I'm going to switch over screens here to just show you quickly about how that actually works. All right, so the easiest way is to actually go to the North Tahoe High School website. Okay, when you're on the homepage, this is what it looks like. And then up at the top, you'll see the programs information. Under the programs menu is the North Tahoe High School Counseling page. And this process applies whether you're trying to do your ILP meeting or not, but we're going to talk specifically about timeframes and about some specific tools you might need to understand about your ILP meeting. Once you click on that link, it's going to take you to the counseling area of the school's website. All right, and the second link down says make a school counseling appointment. That's going to be your go-to link for setting up meetings with me, but also for your individual learning plan meeting. That's going to take you directly to my scheduling software. All right, and the first thing it's going to give you is a time frame that you want to meet for. All right, so in just a second, it's going to pop up here on the screen, and you're not going to be able to see the drop-down menu, but if you click on this 15 minutes, it defaults to 15 minutes. But it gives you options from 30, basically in 15-minute intervals. They're 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and we're going to select the 45-minute option on this drop-down menu that you can't see on your screen, but I promise is there. All right, so you see that change to 45 minutes, click next. I'm recording this video in November, so I'm going to flip forward to January, all right, and give you an example of what it might look like in January. So it's going to be loading information from my actual calendar of my live availability, so you can see, and I promise you once January rolls around and a little before, my calendar will start booking up. So please do this pretty early so you make sure to get a spot during kind of our ILP window. So if I want to say I want to meet during the 5th, and again, this is something that you guys as a family should look at. Okay, when is the best time for me to meet? When is maybe a least impactful class my student can be pulled out of for 45 minutes? Because that means they will likely miss at least a good majority of the period or the entire period itself. Plus, when can you as a parent come in? All right, because this is something, like I said, that is required for parents to attend. All right, so it's going to ask you up here, it says select 3 times that work for you. So you're going to go on here and say, okay, well, I might want to come in at 8 o'clock. I can also do 2:30 on this day, and then maybe Monday the next week, the 9th, maybe 8 o'clock is good for me as well, and maybe 2:30 again. Okay, that's going to be 4 different times. You can add as many as you want. Okay, it's not going to limit you in terms of how many, and sometimes the more you select, the more options I have to really work with and make sure that I can get a time that works for you. You're going to click next, and there's going to be a couple pieces of information that you need to add. All right, the first is going to be the subject of our meeting, and that's going to be ILP, and then please enter your student's name. All right. The next is if you're a student filling this out, please enter your name, or if it's a parent filling this out, please enter your parent's name plus your email that you're going to get contacted at. I will tell you it's very important that you check your email following submitting this, because that is how you're going to get the confirmation of which of those times you selected is your appointment slot. Because I will get an email saying you have a new request. I will then go into my system and pick which time works best for my calendar as well. All right, and then you'll get a confirmation email following that. About 24 hours prior to your appointment that we've set, you're going to get a reminder email to the email that you've entered here, saying, don't forget, this is your appointment is coming up in about 24 hours. All right, please enter your phone number in case anything comes up. If I get sick or if I need to cancel a meeting or for anything, I will try to I will cancel it via email, but I also try to give you a phone call as well. Plus add a note saying that this is my individual learning plan meeting, or anything else you might want us to know, saying like, mom and dad are coming, or whoever else might be attending this meeting. Hit done, and that's gonna trigger me to get a confirmation email, and I will get back to you with when your appointment will be via the system. That's about it. That's pretty simple. I will say that you should plan on coming with some ideas about what types of post-secondary options you're considering. Have some ideas about maybe some ideas for classes you might want to take, what levels. If you're doing Ski Academy, if you're going to be wanting to take Sierra College or a couple AP classes, having some ideas like that would be a good idea to kind of help guide our discussion. Also having like a general idea, maybe not specific, about what you want to pursue after high school. So say I want to go to an Ivy League school or a junior college, that's going to require 2 different types of schedules and 2 different types of planning processes for us. And then think about some things you can be working on during the school year or the next year or 2. All right, some goals you might want to set. And that will help us guide us through that individual learning plan meeting with me, and we'll get the most out of our time together. So again, I look forward to meeting you in the spring regarding an individual learning plan meeting. And one other thing I'll mention before I sign off here is that we do give out schedules in probably mid-May to our students for the upcoming school year. In 10th grade, we do not give out your schedule in May unless you've had this individual learning plan meeting. That is kind of the carrot or the stick that we kind of hold onto that schedule if we have not had that meeting. So if you'd like to know what your schedule is going to be for next year, or get a head start on making any schedule changes, please make sure that you have this individual learning plan meeting with me. And again, if you need translation, please see the area down below and the contact information on the left-hand side of the screen that you see on your screen with my scheduling software also has a phone number you can contact to set up those individual learning plan meetings. And again, we have those Spanish ILP meetings set on certain days throughout the spring. So we'll be booking those appointments starting here pretty soon. So once again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll see you in January. Goodbye.